It's always funny because whenever somebody sees a porn star, right, they're like, oh my God, that was somebody's daughter. You shouldn't. Yeah. That's somebody's daughter. But when they see a homeless guy, it's like, bum, like, get out of here. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Like, it's not even, it's not like that was somebody's baby. No, it's just some homeless guy. Like,
yeah, I've never thought of a homeless person, like, what were they like as a baby?
No, I have. I think about that often, actually. Whenever I see a homeless person, I think of them as a baby. And because how am I going to, yeah, it's my immediate.
Whenever I see a porn star, I think of them as a baby.
Yeah. No, I think of them as a homeless person, actually, whenever I see a porn star. But, yeah, and so, no, but seriously, people like, why are we looking at porn stars, as if their daughter, this, like, with dignity, but we can't see a homeless person with dignity? That's so fucked up.
Because maybe you would think of the homeless person with dignity if they were a formerly famous porn star.
Yep, exactly. All homeless people must be.
Is that Johnny Sins?
If Johnny
Sins is just
I don't
there,
know.
like,
if he was there, I'd be like,
please.
He's in the middle of a scene, and if I interact with him, I'm gonna get dicked down, right? Like that's how.
And welcome everybody to another episode of
Gen Xenophobic.
We are back here at home. I am your host, Wife Agredo.
I'm Luca Branches. Yeah,
we're on vacation. I'm not gonna lie.
We
have
are.
Been podcasting.
We're
postponed
lazy.
A week of shows just because. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I was feeling burnt out.
Why it was feeling burnt out?
You know how I knew I was feeling burnt out? Because like when I would think of like a show, like a tour date, I was like not excited for it.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I definitely not for me yet. Like I'm not that burnt out, but no, there were points where you're like tired from just going every weekend.
Yeah,
on end, like every weekend I have something.
I mean, and again, like after this weekend, every weekend again for the foreseeable future. Well, I mean, and I'm happy. This is my job, and this is what I want to do.
Yeah,
but man,
it is
tiring.
Funny because these guys are like, yeah, I know, I work every weekday. But also the problem is you work
the travel.
Weekdays,
It's really the
and
travel.
Then the traveling kills
Dude, the
you.
work isn't the bad part.
But,
it's the travel, obviously. Just being in the middle seat, like 7 times a week.
I know. No, seriously, because I'm always in the middle seat.
Because I book it.
I had my first like not solo tour date, but yeah, it was a solo tour date, but it wasn't like a tour date because it wasn't like my fans, right? And
so Luke went to Chicago this week. So this weekend, I was supposed to have 3 shows. This past weekend, I was supposed to have Garam Masala, Jersey. Then Luke and I were supposed to have New Brunswick, New Jersey as a tour date, and then I was supposed to have Garam Masala, Philly. And we were just like, we were having such a good time swimming in the pool and like, you know, basically being on vacation in like our parents' house that we were like, yeah, let's push the show.
Yeah, so you know when you guys are like, man, like I'm having a good time on vacation, let me just call in sick from work, right? So that's what we did, right? But
Luke decided not to cancel his Chicago date, but also that one's a little harder to cancel because
so basically it's on the club. They're selling the tickets. I don't have to do anything.
You just have to show up and do the show.
So I was like, all right, I'll do that, right? That's fun. I get paid, right? And I had to like book my flights and stuff, and I was booking. I was like, damn, these are like expensive. Like because I felt so kind of responsible because you're like flying there, just do the show, staying in a hotel, flying back. So I was like,
they covered your hotel at least, but
but it was bad.
How was the show?
That was probably one of the worst shows I've ever
done.
Also, yeah.
Why?
Because they were just so. Here's the thing: I didn't push any tickets, right? So there was 15 people. That wasn't bad. That's not the bad part.
You get paid the same amount. It's flat rate.
Yeah, the bad part of the show was, nobody was really doing well on the show, and then I went up, and I was like, you always think like, all right, they just need the punchlines. They're waiting for the energy. Right, these excuses you say to yourself.
No, every time, this is so true. Every time another comic's up and they're doing bad, and then another comic comes up and they're doing bad, you're like, these guys are trash, man.
I'm
about to kill.
Literally
right
every time that happens, I'm like,
I'm
like, oh, I'm about to murder.
Especially, it's funny because it even happens to me in New York when I'm on lineups with comics I know that are good.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, these guys are garbage. They can't adjust.
Yeah,
and then I get up there like, this is way harder than I thought it was going to be.
Here's the thing. You don't feel the vibe. Sometimes you do. Sometimes the vibe's so bad you feel it on stage.
True.
But most of the time when you're on stage as a comic, you can immediately feel the vibe. Immediately, right? But you don't feel that until you go on stage.
To describe this to an audience member, think about this. You have jokes that no joke works 100% of the time, right? But you have jokes that work almost every time. And you know in your head what audiences they work in front of. Like, say you have a joke, like my gender reveal joke, I know that works like 95% of the time in front of all kinds of audiences. So if I do that joke and I start and it like silence, you go into panic in your head.
There's jokes that if it bombs, it strikes fear like
yes.
like Zeus into the heart of
no joke. When my gender reveal joke bombs, I panic in my head and then I have to look cool to the audience.
Yeah. A lot of stand-up is just looking cool. But no, so I had the show, right, and I went up on stage, and immediately I felt the vibe was weird, right? Because there was there was 3 guys here, couples back there.
Okay.
A Mexican couple right here, and a couple with a baby right there.
Sure.
So
what were the races of them if they're Mexican?
Right? Yeah.
Don't tell me the races if they're not Mexican.
True. And so the problem was, the show wasn't even that bad. It was just weird because the 3 guys in the front were tripping on psychedelics and weed. Like, tripping.
What, like the host found that out?
No, I found that out.
Oh,
I was unlucky enough to find that out.
I like that Charlie Kirk joke you did with him, though.
Yeah. So what happened was this guy was tripping, right? There was one guy on psychedelics, one guy trip sitting, one guy on weed, right? And the guy on psychedelics, I would say like a setup, right? Because I figured, okay, all my jokes are bombing. I've been doing crowd work with this crowd, so let me do some dirty jokes because they'll like it. So I did my what did I say? Oh, I have the strip club joke. So I was like, I went to a strip club recently. Guy in the psychedelics bursts out laughing. Like, he is laughing possibly to the point of tears. Just from me saying I went to the strip club. Right? And he's like crying. And so I'm like, all right, this is fine. It's a little weird. Everybody's like, all right, this is kind of weird. Right? And then finally he stops laughing. So then you have to reiterate it. You know what I mean? You need the setup for the punchline.
Because like now, yeah, Luke's right.
Right, you need the setup for the punchline. So I reiterated. I'm like, but I did go to the strip club recently. This guy bursts out laughing again. He's like really laughing just again that I said that. And so I'm like, all right, dude, like, what is wrong with you? Like, weird. I'm just kind of messing with him because he's really like high. Then I say it again and he bursts out laughing again. This goes on for a while. And then I get to like the real punchlines of the joke, right? Like the punchlines that make regular people laugh. Straight face. This guy did not even
Oh, now you're doing little jokey jokes? Just tell me.
Yeah. No, like this guy only laughs at setup, so that was really fucking me up. But the audience kind of liked it because it was so weird that everybody was like, we're experiencing a new thing that's never happened ever.
Also, I've done that club. I've done the exact what he does where it's like you don't promote, you just go and you do the headline. And it's mostly tourists, I will say, because it's in Chicago. And did you think that's true?
I wasn't sure about that. Mine was a Sunday, so it was like, I don't know. Right. I'm not sure, but yeah. And so then at the end, I did some Charlie Kirk joke, and the guy who was tripping on psychedelics was like, "Whoa, too soon," just jokingly. And I was like, "Dude, you look more dead than Charlie Kirk, right?
More gone.
Yeah, you look more gone than Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
And then I was like, in about 10 minutes, you're gonna be like whatever. And so they thought that was really funny. But yeah, it was a weird show. It was a weird show.
Yesterday we went to, this is going to be an old school episode. This is more like we just talk about our life. So maybe skip this episode if that bores you. But we went to the Odyssey yesterday.
We did go to the Odyssey. That was really cool.
Rage Bait take. Best Christopher Nolan movie.
It could be the best Christopher Nolan movie.
Okay.
Easily.
That's not my real opinion, though. My real opinion is it's that or Interstellar. But, man, it is good. It is good.
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. No spoilers, but, like, must watch. You got to watch that.
It is so unbelievably unbelievable.
Compared to, if you took all the best picture from last year, I didn't watch every single one, but I watched, like, 4 out of 8, and especially the top 4. It's better than any of those.
It's crazy how he's easily the best director. Easily.
The first thing I thought when I walked out of there was like, we should just let Christopher Nolan do whatever he wants for the rest of his life.
No, I just like it because even for Christopher Nolan, he keeps one-upping himself to where I don't believe that he's going to...
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I'm going to make a Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. Nobody's going to believe in him. And then it's like the greatest, like astonishingly mind-blowing. So I kind of like that he one-ups himself.
Greg Heffley's like, I was the problem.
Yeah. What? So...
Which is the theme of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, I feel like.
It is. Oh, 100%.
Like the problem, entire movie because that Greg Heffley is like
an asshole, like the worst.
He's literally like Larry David as a kid. He just
kinda
complains
is.
about fucking everything.
Well, also,
and then like people who they are weird, like Rowley,
Right.
but they just enjoy being
Yeah, I
themselves.
know.
He's like this fucking guy.
Well, Greg is such like a not even a slave to the system, but he like he really wants to be cool, and he just hates.
Like that's such a
on
Larry
everything.
David take where he's like, it's not called a play date anymore, Rowley. We're hanging out.
Yeah.
All right. This is not relatable content. Anyways, go see The Odyssey. It was a really good movie.
Yeah.
The other thing that came out that we were quite impressed by, or not impressed as much as The Odyssey, but Louie CK had a new special.
Yeah, that was cool.
I was, as a joke writer, as a one-liner comedian, I was quite impressed by his
Here's what I'll say.
one-liner writing ability.
The first minute or 2 minutes of that special is some of the greatest joke writing I've ever heard. On the level of Attell, in my opinion. You don't think that first
I think
opener?
it's one tier below Attell, honestly. Because I think so. The thing is, Louis C.K. If you go watch Ridiculous, the first minute that he does, it's basically, I would call it like cascading punchlines. You know, where basically the punchline to the last joke is the setup for the next joke.
Yeah.
And it's quite impressive.
So,
and you've only really seen people like
Attell
Dave
do
Attell
that. I've
do
only
that
seen
in
Attell do
Skanks
that.
for the Memories or
Jaeger joke. His Jaeger
yeah,
joke.
what's the name of the special?
Captain Miserable.
Captain Miserable on HBO.
So that was really interesting because especially from a comic who's done it all, like Louis, doing something like that, like you wouldn't expect. So that was really insane.
And then right after that joke, he goes into a joke that's all act out. Where the only way he could even get a laugh is if his act out is good enough. And, that was good. I'm not, like, the biggest act out guy, so it wasn't as impressive to me. But I didn't think it was as good as Live at the Dolby, but I did think it was good. I thought it was overly edgy.
So here's the thing. I thought it was overly edgy, but I did think because we watched Live at the Dolby and Ridiculous back to back just to, like, see the comparisons. And what's interesting is I think like Chappelle, you know what I mean? You see Chappelle in Age of Spin. He's a younger but old, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you see him in like his newest special. He's an old guy.
What?
Like in The Unstoppable.
What?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
N-word act.
Yeah. The Unstoppable N-word act. He's like much older, clearly older, right? And he's in that phase of his life. So Live at the Dolby, I'd say, was the last of like middle-aged Louis, middle-aged to old Louis. Now it's old Louis. You know what I mean?
That's true. My sense was, we always talk about like what caused Chappelle to like what caused artists to fall off. Like for example, Chappelle, it's like he got way too egotistical.
Yeah, ego is a lot of it.
It seems as though if I had to guess based on this special, although I wouldn't categorize him as falling off at all.
Yeah,
it's
he's
just
not.
that like you can tell he's being that edgy because he's bitter that he was canceled in the first place. He's like, now I'm on Netflix, I'm gonna just say what I want. That's my interpretation at least.
Yeah, sorry. I think
But the jokes are good though.
No, it's
Jokes are
unbelievable.
real good.
It is really
Real good.
edgy, but it's unbelievable special. I would say it's consistent.
It's like needlessly edgy. All right, this is boring to people.
Yeah,
Let's talk about our lives.
so-
Luke, you opened for Russell recently.
Oh, I did. I forgot that was a thing that I did.
Mom and Dad. You guys obviously got to see us with Russell. We've been seeing him like every month, low key.
Yeah, we have been seeing him pretty often. I got to
like
open
this pervy family friend uncle we have now.
Yeah. But no, it was really fun to open for him. I mean, what was interesting is so I got to open for him for like 3 shows.
3 shows at the Improv.
At the
4
Improv.
shows?
No. May have been 4. No, okay. It was 3.
Okay.
It was 3. But yeah, it was weird because you walk in one of those guys. They have a packed green room, right? So we had a packed green room. Everybody was hanging out.
The thing is, Luke and I guess this is gonna be a very inside comedy.
Yeah.
One, but Luke and I, our green room is not cool. It's Luke and I just sitting there like, oh fuck, what jokes are we gonna do?
My God,
what jokes have we written since we were in this city last? And it's just us there.
Yeah.
With like ideally one more person, Michaela or our mom or
some random host that's like trying to make combo.
Oh, host. I thought you said hose. I was like, hey,
yeah.
bro, hey. No.
No.
Random host. For sure, random host. We've been trying to make our green room more lively because, like, some people like to have a party in their green room. Ralph Barbosa, like, brought in cakes.
Yeah. He has a party in his green room.
He has a fucking party, tons of people. So, like, when we went
I
to
should
Denver,
have dreamed about him yesterday.
When we went to Denver, we invited Chelsea, who is the sister
that was
of
very
Riley,
fun.
who was the MLS player who was on our thing. So she came with her boyfriend, and then we also had a host. So at least it was something.
It was something.
But Russell has a fucking party. Michaela and I went to a show in
Atlantic City.
No, not Atlantic City. It was Long Island. And there were like platters of food.
Yeah.
There were just like old black guys walking around dapping people up. They
Yeah.
were the most Indian people you've ever seen, like RK.
Literally. Well,
shout out RK.
That's what was kind of fun is I was obviously joking that it is kind of like perform. That's what was actually interesting because I thought it was going to be like performing to do a set at the Christmas party, right? Like to Indian uncles and aunties. Russell's audience is actually really diverse. It was really fun because they were young, old, and they were interested in the edgy.
Young, old, Indian.
Yeah, Indian. And so it was really fun. I'm trying to think. I don't think anything like crazy happened, but it was nice because Russell said, "Oh, once I turn 18, he'll take me on a couple tour dates and stuff on the road, so that'll be really cool." But yeah,
but very cool.
Oi, Louie, Homelander, don't kill me wife, and now we're touring Australia.
Touring Australia. We got Perth on August 5th, Adelaide August 6th, Sydney August 7th, Melbourne August 8th, Brisbane August 9th. Get tickets.
But
So the other thing is, we had a family family friend vacation for the 4th of July in Yosemite. And during that time, we got offered to audition for
a big
sketch comedy show.
Okay, dude, no, come on.
Who knows which one?
Whatever.
It's pretty white.
Whatever. But this
shit is stressful, dude. The point is, it was fucking.
It was really
so
stressful.
There's two parts. There's a written part. You have to write like sketches, and then you have to act in sketches. And oh my god, it felt like taking the comedy SAT.
No, it was the scariest thing I've ever done. It was I've never been so stressed in my life. That was one of the. Actually, I've had a couple stressful points. That was the most stressful of my life.
Really? Why?
Just because I was like, because obviously, we're very procrastinators, right? So it was like last minute.
All comics are, though.
Right before, and it was like 4 a.m. writing this. Like, it was rough. Because I'll do the acting part, but the writing I'm not as accustomed to because I've never really done writing or sketch writing.
I actually feel the opposite because I'm down. Like, for me, I busted out my writing portion like 40 minutes, and I didn't really need to change too much, and like people really liked it. But my acting part was like, dude, I'm not like a sketch. I can't do characters. Like when they're like, do a little character, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's what was fun is because with Michaela's help, like, holy shit, I actually was able to make something I kind of liked in a sketch because I've never really And so it got me like, okay, I should probably try to write a sketch.
But I never read the sketch. How did you think your structure was? Because sketches are all structure.
I actually thought my structure was pretty all right. It was pretty good. I probably didn't execute it to the obviously like degree that I would have if I was experienced, but I think I did it pretty well because it kept escalating and it was fun. Maybe a little recurrent character. Like,
how many pages was it?
It was like 5.
That's a little long. For
yeah,
a sketch.
but it was cool, and. But yeah, it's hard. It got me thinking like I should write sketches more often. Just
I was
to
gonna
get
say
practice.
because you already have the base of knowledge where you've watched tons of sketches, which is the first thing you need to do.
Yeah, I know.
The second thing is you need to write sketches because one thing you'll realize when you write sketches is you cut every piece of fat and you rely as hard as you can on pseudo idioms so that you don't have to set so much up.
Interesting.
So like show things that the audience is already familiar with, like Jeopardy. When they do Black Jeopardy, you don't have to set up. Well, we're on a game show, and they already know what
Even
Jeopardy
like the
is.
ads, like you don't have to set it because the fun music, the guy.
Yeah. So that's
you're
what
right.
I mean.
It's like visual idioms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's exactly so. Just
situational.
We always, as joke writers, we always use recognizable what I call pseudo idioms, so that you can cut out as much setup as possible while still painting the picture in the
yeah. No, you're right.
Mind.
You're very right. That is interesting.
So, like, if I read yours, if I had to guess, I would just cut a bunch of fat.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
So, what was your sketch? Tell them.
So, I had 2 sketches. One of my sketches was basically, it was talking about Waymo, right? And Waymo, it was like not an ad. It was more of a, you know how Steve Jobs has those presentations? It was like one of those where the Waymo executives were like, guys, we are expanding Waymo. We need this. This is bigger than just us, right? And so then we show a couple examples of like how bad Waymo is, like the car, like just some right behind a trash can, like whatever. And then we go to, they're announcing a new Waymo airplane, right?
Waymo Air.
So yeah, Waymo Air. And so then we show basically what it is it's a Waymo Air flight. One of the first ones, it's like a test demo and nobody knows it's Waymo Air. And a terrorist is on the flight and he tries to hijack the airplane, but he can't because there's no pilot, right? And so he's just arguing, and he keeps trying to get he's like, I want to speak to a human, right? And the Waymo's like, we understand where you're coming from,
kinda funny.
right?
I like this.
And he's like, I hate America, I want to destroy whatever, and the Waymo's like, yeah, literally, we understand where you're coming from, it's a hella what's called, and so that's the first part.
Yes.
Then the next one, it escalates to Waymo's in the military, Waymo tanks, right? And so now the Waymo is targeting target any enemies, right? And it targets a little kid's lemonade stand, and it shoots a missile there, right? From the tank, shoots a missile at the little lemonade kid stand, right? And then it blows up, and the guy in the Waymo, because there always has to be a supervisor, Waymo, what are you doing? That was a child, whatever, right? And everybody's freaking out, and then turns out that was a terrorist in disguise as a child.
Waymo was right. Oh,
and the Waymo was
I
right.
like your structure.
Yeah,
I like
the
your
Waymo was
structure.
right. Michaela helped a lot with this as well, so don't just talk me. But yes, yeah.
Michaela's the GOAT.
Michaela's the
GOAT. So one of mine was basically this was. I don't know if you guys been following the World Cup. That's also a thing we've been doing. Especially me. I've been watching hella World Cup. And so, do you guys remember when Trump reversed our USA player? His name was Balogun. He got a red card, but Trump reversed it so that he can play in the game. So my sketch was Trump calling the head of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, to get the red card reversed.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do something real topical, right? And that had happened one
really
day
good,
before I wrote it. And so I basically, you could just do a whole bunch of geopolitical jokes from that standpoint. And also, they do a lot of Trump stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so, for example, the joke I did was Trump is calling Infantino, and he's like, oh, yeah, we need to eliminate Iran. And then Infantino's like, they've actually already been eliminated from the World Cup. And then Trump's like, sorry, I'm on 2 calls right now.
Yeah.
I really like that joke.
No, it's a great joke. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also did Trump thinks the round of 16 is some referring to something they did together on Epstein Island.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's one I did. And then the other I did was this sketch that I'd always kind of conceptualized, called 1-800-CALL-A-KAREN, because there's so many times in my life I wish I could hire a Karen.
Yeah.
When Air France fucked me during if you guys really watch this podcast, during my Europe tour, Air France fucked me. I wish I could have hired a Karen to just call and bother the shit out of them and get me some money. That'd be fucking great. Mm-hmm. So that was my sketch, 1-800-CALL-A-KAREN.
Yeah, my other sketch was a retirement home for people who peaked in high school.
This is great. I actually really love this idea.
This wasn't even my idea. This was Michaela's idea, actually, because
This is a great idea.
This was a great idea, right?
This goes back to my idea for a bar that I've been saying. I've said it many times on this podcast. Prom-themed bar.
That would actually
go there,
be cool.
And it's prom again.
Yeah.
That's fucking lit.
Well, yeah, and so... So then we workshopped. It was really interesting. It was fun, and it's it's going through the ad stuff of do you have an aunt that doesn't have a husband? Well, she's prom queen every day here, right? That, and it was really fun. And then there's obviously you have to break not the fourth wall, but break the ad, so shit becomes serious, And so the way I was gonna do that is it's prom night, right? Everybody, what's called? And then one of the guys who thinks they're still 16, but they're 45, because it's we're acting like it's dementia patients, right? They genuinely think they're 16, but they're 45. He brings a literal 16-year-old girl to prom, and the assistants are like, "Yo, what are we gonna do? This isn't allowed, right?" And so that I didn't write that one out because we learned I didn't even have to submit.
Well, there's no have to. Of course, he didn't have to. But what he means is his agents didn't expect him to submit for the writing portion.
Yeah, so I only had to submit for the regular, so it was chill. But
we're gonna go ad break. Also, ignore Luke here. Cut him out. Cut him out of the thing. Cut him out.
Wait, I'm
You're
looking
not on
for
this
love.
Tour.
I'm looking
Some
for
people
love.
on tour. I'm on 2 tours. Guess what? I'm on the Gar Masala tour now. We got May 31st, New York City, June 21st, New York City, June 25th, San Francisco, July 12th, Philly, July 19th, LA, and August 2nd back in New York City. I'm on 2 tours now. Okay, wait. I actually do have rage bait.
Really?
Because because remember when we were in Utah, we had to do that podcast, and then she asked us for hot takes. So I have a couple of those. So I could just throw on here. Rage bait take. Okay. If you only ever dated someone who comes from the same community as you, you are racist. It's my take. Opinions.
Originally when I heard this take, I thought, I disagree.
Yeah.
But I actually do think you're somewhat right. Yeah. You need to, If you
you're
don't
white
spread
and
out.
your first boyfriend's white, whatever. But if your second and third and fourth and fifth boyfriend's white,
Yeah,
you're
that's
racist.
a little weird. Yeah,
you're
that is
racist. And some of you guys are going to be like, oh, but what if I live in an area where there's not much diversity? This is what I said in Utah. Because I was talking to this Mormon girl, and she's like, well, here everyone's white. I was like, okay, why don't you date a Christian? Why don't you date a Protestant?
Yeah.
Why don't you try branching out? I'm not saying marry them. Marrying them is different.
Yeah.
But if you don't
dating.
even go on a date with them, you're racist.
That is weird. Yeah,
You're
that
racist.
is weird. If your whole Hinge page is just one race,
Because it reminds me
that's
of what Serby said. You know what Serby said
What?
to me? She was like, I don't know what your type is. Because, your girlfriend's white, then your girlfriend's black, now your girlfriend's Latina.
So is
I'm like,
type
I'm not
just
racist,
Wait, no.
Serby.
Here's the thing. I don't think type is race. A lot of people see type as
some
race.
people type is race, but everyone does have a type. By the
Okay,
way.
we all know why it's type. This is
Everyone knows why it's type. We don't even need to bring it up.
Extremely skinny girls.
No.
Yes.
No. I've dated fat girls with.
What? Yeah. Who, Ariana Grande, bro?
Just kidding.
And so,
yeah, I know, but everybody has a type. Luke doesn't know his type yet because he's a kid.
okay. Actually, I did have a racial type for a little bit. I did. It was Asian girls. I like that. I did that, which is just basically white girls.
It's white
right?
girls.
But I've branched out from then. I definitely don't have a specific type yet. But
No. It doesn't matter what you think your type is.
Oh yeah, it's what you date.
It's what you date.
True.
That's what's interesting. About it.
Okay,
You have another rage bait take?
I don't know. Okay, here I have this. This is kind of stupid. I don't know exactly. I have 3 different takes. We can just whatever. But
chicken is a mid meat, and it panders really hard. It's not very. It is worse than chicken. Is worse than pork, beef, lamb, duck, tuna, salmon. It's worse than almost all those. But it's inoffensive is the thing, and you're fed it since you're.
But
a
I think
child.
it's also in a good way. Yeah, it's a pretty cheaper. It's a cheap food, so it's a good. I don't know.
No, that's the okay part about it. The bad part about it is that people think they can just eat chicken and not expand their
what was interesting that I was thinking about, because lobster used to be so ubiquitous and in specific parts and cheap that they would apparently prisoners. It used to be cruel and unusual punishment to feed them too much lobster, right?
Okay,
in prison.
to be fair, if I was fed lobster every fucking
day,
I
would hate it.
That would be torture.
But I think
that's my point. Some people eat chicken every day.
But I think it's like chicken. I think it is like chicken, where I don't think it'll see a shift because we live in such a world that everything's going to be available all the time. Yeah. But I could see in the past if chicken could have been one of the greats. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lobster. It could have been in those rooms, in those meetings, if it had a better agent, maybe. I could see it going from a peasant's food to a
All right, what's your rage?
A big food. You know how it was funny because when we were in LA, I thought of this. It's always funny because whenever somebody sees a porn star, right, they're like, "Oh my God, that was somebody's daughter. You shouldn't. That's somebody's daughter." But when they see a homeless guy, it's like, "Bum, get out of here." You know what I mean?
That's good.
It's not even. It's not like that was somebody's baby. No, it's just some homeless guy.
Yeah, I've never thought of a homeless person. What were they like as a baby?
No, I have. I think about that often, actually. Whenever I see a homeless person, I think of them as a baby. And because how am I going to... Yeah, it's my immediate...
Whenever I see a porn star, I think of them as a baby.
Yeah. No, I think of them as a homeless person, actually, whenever I see a porn star. But, and so... so... No, but seriously, people why are we looking at porn stars as if their daughter with dignity, but we can't see a homeless person with dignity? That's so fucked up.
Because maybe you would think of the homeless person with dignity if they were a formerly famous porn star.
Yeah, exactly. All homeless people must be.
Is that Johnny Sins?
If Johnny
Sins is just there,
if he was there, I'd be like,
please.
He's in the middle of a scene, and if I interact with him, I'm gonna get dick down, right? That's how it works.
All right. Well, we got our clip that we need.
Wait. Okay, I have some others just for more clips.
Do one more, and then let's go to new jokes, and we gotta end because we gotta go. We're gonna go to a wedding. We're going to a wedding.
Okay,
in
this
the
is a
Central
dumb
Valley.
one. This isn't even rage bait, but I was thinking about this. This might have been done before as a joke, but I was thinking about there's definitely been a guy who really expected a surprise party, And when he opened the door, it was just nothing.
Oh,
Nobody was here. Okay, actually,
hella.
That's probably hella happened. But
girls in their 20s, hella.
Like imagine that though. You're like I've been waiting. My family, like my friends. It's my birthday.
He opens the door like.
Yeah, and nobody's there, and then it's just like, oh shit. But okay, this is my last thing. So I had to fly back from Chicago, right? And what's been pissing me off every time I fly is I have TSA pre, but there's another line called Clear where you can pay and you get to cut the line. Like, it's like rich people, like whatever. Oh, you can go cut the line because you have more money. It really pissed me off because the airport's like a kind of a government building. Obviously not completely, but it is kind of a government building. Right. And so why the fuck am I able to pay for better government services? It's like if they had like cop premium is what I was thinking.
Well, they have that for everything. You can even expedite your visa.
Yeah,
I
know.
Things like that.
Well, that's I just hated that. Like, I was literally thinking, like, imagine if you could pay for like I guess that's bodyguards.
I hate the fast track lane on the freeway. It's fucked up.
Well, I mean, or like, yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about all the memberships for like cops. Like if you like.
Also, TSA PreCheck sucks. Everybody has TSA PreCheck now. Go to TSA PreCheck. There's more people in line than the fucking
That
regular
is actually
one.
true.
It's true.
The only reason you go there is because you don't have to take off your shoes and don't have to unpack your bag. But
yeah, and they don't make you show your dick, so that's nice.
They still do that for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. New jokes. Luke, let's hear your new joke.
You go first.
Okay. Here's my new joke. I really, really like this one. It's a silly one-liner. I don't know how to do it in stand-up, but something like basically because I'm talking about those indigenous people who they made doing taxes their whole thing. They're into it.
Oh yeah.
I really like that one. And then the other one, I'll do one more because we don't do this as much because we have guests. It's basically a cocktail, right? It's like when you do Kirkland brand vodka, Kirkland brand ginger beer, and then Kirkland brand lime juice, you make a Costco Mule.
Oh, that's fun.
I like that one.
Okay, I have like two. They're both kind of throwaways, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So when I was in Tahoe for 4th of July, I feel like 4th of July is a holiday. It's just the cops versus high schoolers. Like fist fights, like just
what?
It is like a war between the cops and high schoolers. If you really see it firsthand, like
there's a constant war between the cops and the
no, but 4th of July is like the revolution, like
Sozin's Comet.
It's
of the
the
cops
like
versus
what is the main battle in the Civil War? Like Saratoga, or which is the one that like?
I don't know.
But it's that.
But also, you know what I realized? Ulysses S. Grant is named after the Odyssey. I'll tell you this later.
Okay, whatever. Yeah. Weird ass realization. But okay. The other one I had was I just want to do a joke about when there was this girl one time that I texted her, like DM'd her, right? And you guys remember this? I DM'd her.
Yeah.
And she was like, and I guess her friend had access to her account, and she was like, "Sorry, my friend Mia doesn't like Indians," right? And I remember seeing that as a notification on my phone. And it was weird for me thinking, like, I just saw racism as a notification. You know what I mean?
That's hella
like,
funny.
It's like I had my Subway Surfers, Gmail, like hatred, like racism.
Imagine you just applied for like a visa online, like denied,
yeah.
brown.
Yeah, like ewy, like.
All right, hey guys, thank you so much again for watching this shit. We will be back with more guest episodes soon.
Oh yeah.
See you next week. Oh, no, I forgot to do the outro.
Yeah.
See, it's been that long. All right, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, please remember to subscribe, like, turn on notifications, and comment. If you're watching this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please remember to follow the show and leave a 5-star review. How fast I can do this shit now. See you
We'll see you next.
I just rolled up with the rosters, stack breaking the block up. We don't deal with imposters.